Is nuclear energy safe? Joining me now is Congressman Ed Markey, ranking member of the House Committee on Natural Resources. Representative Markey, are you overreacting here? I mean, there's lots of speculation and rumour about the future of plants. Surely we shouldn't be considering just the end of nuclear energy, should we?
Well, I think that the nuclear industry has met its maker in the marketplace. In other words, it's not protesters, but investors that are now going to be very wary of investing tens of billions of dollars in a technology which obviously has demonstrated itself to have some problems when natural gas, wind, solar, geothermal, biomass will be much safer investments, and I think ultimately it will be Wall Street that makes the determination that it's just too risky going forward to expose their investors to this kind of an investment.
How safe do you think the American plants are? I've spoken to quite a few people in the last week on this show who have very varying degrees of confidence in what would happen here if we were hit by a similar-sized earthquake, sparking similar-sized tsunamis. What do you think?
Well, I was able to pass legislation in 2002 requiring the distribution of potassium iodide, that is the protection against thyroid cancer, out to a 20-mile radius. The Bush administration refused to go beyond 10 miles. Right now, the citizens of Japan are picking up serious traces of radiation out to 19 miles. So obviously my amendment was right on the mark. So I would call upon the Obama administration to distribute potassium iodide out to a 20-mile radius. That led to thousands of cancers after Chernobyl because that kind of a antidote was not made available. And I also think that we should be taking a close look at the fuel storage facilities and the nuclear power plants, especially those that are inside earthquake-prone areas in the United States, and to do that in the very near future.
Finally, there seems to be a lot of concern mounting now that the Japanese government simply can't keep a handle on this triple blow to them, the earthquake, tsunami, now the nuclear crisis, and that as a result, the nuclear crisis may be worse than they're letting on because they simply don't know. They're just too overwhelmed with other distractions. Should America now be getting more forcefully involved over there to try to get proper answers?
In the Soviet Union, the government was not transparent during the Chernobyl crisis. They should have asked for more help. They should have asked for it earlier. At 3 Mile Island, the utility swore that they had the capacity to be able to handle that emergency, but ultimately President Carter had to order in federal experts in order to help to shut down that plant before it became a catastrophe. Obviously, the same thing is happening in Japan. There is overconfidence, which is leading to, in my opinion, an exacerbation of the catastrophe. I would hope that the Japanese government would be open to having the most brilliant nuclear physicists in the country, in the world, coming in and helping them to close down this disaster so that they can focus on the tsunami-related disaster that have affected the lives of families all across the northern part of Japan. But I understand it because it's human nature to say that you have the capacity to be able to deal with something like this. We saw it in Soviet Union. We actually saw it in the United States. Hopefully, they are now realizing that they should spare no effort or any pride in asking for the best to come in to help their people.